G'day YouTube. Warbles on a lot here. Well, we took Skitty to the vet. He died in Elizabeth's arms. He and I were locking eyes. Never done that before. Apart from kind of once with a kangaroo that I used to feed who was dying as a roadkill when I found him on the side of the road. But yeah, it's time to put Skitty to bed. So, I've had intravenous barbiturates a couple of times. Anesthetic, pre-surgery. That's how they knock people out. But man, I had no idea how fast. Bang. Oh, poor little SkittyKitty. He was looking at me one moment. A millisecond later, he had a kind of a startled look on his face, and then his tongue stuck out and he slumped. It was really, 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 really fast. And he'd done his time. He'd run his race. He got to the point where everything was cool, but this morning he went to drink his milk and then he ran under the bed and tried to hide and he was bleeding. Like one of the old-fashioned terms for cancer was it's a rodent ulcer. So it kind of looks from the outside as if a rat or something has been chewing away at the person, the patient. So yeah, he'd got to the point where something had gone wrong. It was time. It was time. Skitty had to go. And now, daughter's in town. Her car's decided to break down. Sorry, that rhymed. Happens from time to time. So right now, I'm going to go and bury Skitty. Such is life. Happily, over a month ago, when we thought that he needed to be euthanized, old mate came out and dug a grave for him. So, yeah, it shouldn't be too particularly physically straining or onerous. This cardboard box is going to serve as his coffin. Okay. As I said, I covered the grave. And this is, in fact, a spot where Skitty used to like to sit and survey the view, looking out over his domain as the only Pussycat entitled to remain on the endangered species sanctuary in the eucalyptus regrowth forest atop a ridge on an old didgeridoo factory. So, I had a cat when I was a kid. His name was Dusty. And I think he was run over when I was about 2.5. And I married a woman with cats. And SkittyKitty followed my daughter home when she was 16. She's about to turn 33 next week. SkittyKitty was pretty much the closest I've ever had to a grandchild. So yeah, this is getting into the poignant stage. Not a great deal of fun, but it has to be done. And yeah, whiskey does help. SkittyKitty's last resting place. May he rest in peace. He was a really good companion animal for my daughter. A pet, a surrogate child, a surrogate grandchild for me. And thank you, old mate, for digging his grave. Yes, it's got to happen. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. If the tarmac arena doesn't kill you, then cancer must. Apparently. So it appears to be. To me. As I bury SkittyKitty. There you go, SkittyKitty. You were a wonderful cat. I cannot possibly say any better than that. And yeah, that is the cigarette butt left by the bloke who dug the grave. Let's be honest. Nobody's perfect. And as much as he used to like to sit here waiting for my daughter to come home to their tent where he spent his last couple of years, it is now time to have the laser cut made in United States of America, air freighted to Australia, SkittyKitty grave marker installed. There you go, SkittyKitty. That's pretty much the best I can do for you, old mate. Bury you on a hill above. Oopsie, guess I was a bit pissed. But, you know, you get that. And SkittyKitty used to put up with me being something of a fist pot. But burying him on a hill overlooking the 6-metre bell tent in which he spent the happiest final years of his life. Yeah. What more? looking warbles. The toothless, tasteless, mangy looking zombie do for the Pussycat, who's been the focus of his daughter's life for the past 17 years. Yeah, he buried with full honours. Only Pussyus catus entitled to live, die and be buried on the endangered species sanctuary. And as the barbiturates run up his arm and into his brain, and as the lights went out, as he looked into my eyes, SkittyKitty seemed to be pretty happy with that. So I don't feel like too much of an arsehole for holding his head while the vet put the juice of Thanatos into his arms. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. Ciao. I put several kangaroos and several swamp wallabies and a couple of wallaroos under trees after they died, giving them a good view out over the valley where they would have liked to sit there and watch the sun go down. This is the very first time I have ever buried a pussy. And I don't think we've done too bad by SkittyKitty at that. Such is life. Have a good one. Stay safe. Ciao.